Good morning, guys. It's Rich down at Mr. Guns Firearms right here in Cave Creek, Arizona. I know you haven't heard from me in a few days. Been doing dealer stuff, doing the transition. I got my window treatment ready to put up. So we're going to close the store off. I've still been dealing with my VIPs. Me and White Boy went shooting the other day with a couple of special people from Montana that are our new customers. And right now, I'm working with the collector. If you know Matt Collins, the collector YT, he has one of the biggest YouTube channels. We do a little business back and forth. He's mentioned me in a couple of videos. I really appreciate him a lot. And right now, he and I are working on this Poulin machine gun auction that's going on. And if you're not familiar with Poulin, most people are familiar with Rock Island. Poulin is another one. Right now, we got a Mac 10 going across. Matt bid on a whole bunch of items. I didn't bid on anything. I was kind of just waiting it out to see how aggressive the bidding was going to be. I know he's got a bid on an M60. He just got an HK briefcase that I'm sure we'll see in videos from him upcoming. And the prices aren't too bad. This is one of the things that you do as a dealer if you wanted to get into this realm where you want to be class 1 or class 3 or an O2 like me. A lot of this stuff is no law letter, and it's out of a museum in New England. So the last Mac 10 just went for $10,000 with the correct suppressor. Here's another one. Here's another Mac 10, right? And you can see what the bid is. These are actually relatively easy to get in on because they're not that expensive. So this is a 45. I've never shot one of these. I've shot a 9mm one. They rip. The 380s rip even harder. We're talking like, magazine's empty, magazine's empty. This one is doing really well because it's a 45 most likely. Mac 10s were originally designed in the 60s. And believe it or not, Reed Knight from Knight's Armament had a really big part in their success. Initially, Reed had told me about a deal that his dad did with them when we were in high school. There's a bunch more Mac 10s coming up. Like I said, the next thing that Matt has a bid on is M60. I have an M60. He wants to get one. There's a bunch of HKs coming up. These are all post-dealer samples. Some of these are transferable. The very beginning of the auction, there was a lot of transferables, but right now they're moving back into to the post-dealer samples, which means that you'd have to be an 02, an 07, 02, or others like 10s, type 10, to be able to buy these items, because we can buy them, but then we can't sell them until we give up our SOT. So whoever owned this museum is giving up their SOT. Here's another Mac 10, 10.5, right? Bidding's over, 10 on the floor. So here's another one. So this is a way you can really gauge what like the market is doing with firearms, because I mean, you can go by Gunbroker and you can go by Sturmgewehr and you can look other places, but like this is the real deal. This is another 9mm, another Mac 10 9mm. And then again, like we're moving into the HK, so the money will get nuts. There was an MP5K that went through earlier that was not a factory machine gun. It was a conversion, which means somebody took a registered sear, and put that gun together, and it sold for 50. So this is the kind of money we're looking at. This is Poulin Auctions. This is Poulin Auctions. They're located in Maine. This auction started this morning at 8 o'clock, and it'll probably go to like 4 or 5 East Coast time. So I'm going to watch it all day long. Matt's got to work a little bit around his place, so I'm going to help him out today. This Mac 10 is going to go for $11.5 on the floor, and that's the 9mm one. Here's another one, like new in the box. I got one new in the box for one of my customers, and I think we paid like $15 for it. So again, this stuff is fun. Like we eat it up. I love to go sit on Rock Island. I have not participated in a Poulin's auction yet. There are so many machine guns in this auction. We never saw anything like it. We got the catalog. Like I was telling you before, they send out these insane catalogs. There's the cover of the catalog. That minigun at this time, now mind you, that's a post sample, no law letter minigun, which means I can buy it. The bid on this gun right now is $62,500. And if you look through this catalog, there's another minigun in there. There's 50 cal full autos. Machine gun after machine gun after machine gun after machine gun after machine gun. It's just insane. Grenade launchers. There's 40 mics in here. GMs. There's a PS90. There's some 1919s. A Seiko converted, actually transferable Seiko 1919 this morning went in that auction for 10 grand. There's RPKs, PKMs. I know that Matt's got a bid in on one of these PKMs. So we'll see if he can get one of those. I'd like to have one because they rip too. You convert them. You can actually like change the furniture. These MG42s, they're going for big bucks. Here's the 60s. There's a 240 Bravo that this is a post-dealer sample. They're talking like 20 to 40,000 on that. Matt was trying to buy that one. Here's a Mini-Me. There's another M60. I'm not sure exactly which one. I think Matt has his bid in on this one right here. So we're going to see if we can't get it for under 15,000. But yeah, we love it. Here's the minigun on the mount. It'll be interesting to see what these go for. We could have bought one a couple of months ago for 125 grand. This is a real GE minigun, but it doesn't have a lot of stuff with it. It's got the power supply and it's got the case, but it has no mount. It has no ammo box, and that stuff adds up. So I'll sit here and we'll do one more auction, okay? This is a post sample MP5 SD, which means it has the suppressor that goes in the handguard, okay? Says no bids yet. No suppressor. Now, you could buy this gun, or I could buy this gun, and I could go to Ralph over here at RDTS, and he'll put a suppressor on that for me that's 40% quieter than the original HK product. So this gun, their estimate is 14 to 18,000. They have no bids yet. What's up with that? How come nobody's bidding on this gun? Huh. Maybe the auctioneer's on a potty break. But yeah, this is the kind of stuff. What is up with this? Oh, so here it says, here's the disclaimer right at the very beginning of the auction, right? You must be a type 7, 8, 10, or 11 FFL SOT holder to participate in this lot. You're an importer, you're a manufacturer, you're a destructive devices guy. $12,000, bidding is stalled. $12,000 for a real MP5 SD. 15,000, 16,000. Now, remember, you buy this gun, you have options other than the real HK suppressor to put on this. 18,000. So finally they lit a fire under somebody's butt. And there are people at this auction bidding on this. 22. Okay, here it goes. So last call, 20 on the floor. They're looking for 22, and they're probably not going to get it. I won't bore you anymore with this. There's a whole bunch of MP5Ks coming up. There's an MP5N. There's another MP5 with flashlight handguard. There's an MP540, which is 40 cal. There's a MP5KN, or MP5K. Duh. K stands for compact. We actually have one of those here that we shoot regularly that I made. I made that gun. But yeah, I'll get back to you as soon as I can with more of the NFA stuff. We've had some trusts go through submitted. We haven't gotten them back yet, but even Frank down in Florida is getting his stuff back in 2 days from his FFL, and the project's still moving forward. The belted ammunition that I showed you guys on Instagram the other day, that's going to be done very soon. And if you were watching the Garand Thumb video, guys were leaving comments about what we're doing. So stay tuned, keep coming back, share with your friends, like and subscribe. Thank you very much for all your support. My name is Rich. This is Mr. Guns Firearms in Cave Creek. Have a great day.